She stood in my driveway like she owned it, her son pointing at my Harley like it was a toy he could claim. "That bike belongs to him now," she said, chin high, voice sharp. "He's the future of this neighborhood, and you're just temporary." I laughed, shaking my head. "Lady, this Harley has more miles on it than your son has brain cells. Back off." Her face went red, and before I could even finish my sentence, she pulled out her phone. "I'm calling the cops. You'll be arrested for threatening my boy." The kid smirked like he'd already won, but what neither of them knew was that 10 feet behind me, inside my living room, the state attorney sat at my table. I'd been briefing him about HOA fraud cases with Karen's signature all over the paperwork. Through the window, I saw the attorney glance up, confused by the yelling. I gave him a small nod, then turned back to Karen. "You really want to bring the cops here? Because when they show up, you might not like what they find." Her son scoffed. "You're bluffing. My mom runs this whole street. She decides who stays and who goes." Karen folded her arms, smug now, already convinced she'd won. But in the pit of my stomach, I could already feel it. This wasn't going to end the way she thought. The sirens came faster than I expected. Karen must have the police on speed dial. She dragged her son closer to my Harley, like she was staging a crime scene. "Officer, this man threatened us. He tried to steal my son's bike," she shouted before the cops even stepped out of the cruiser. The younger cop glanced at the Harley, then at me. "Sir, is this true?" I didn't even answer. I just stepped aside, letting the front door swing open. The state attorney himself walked out, his suit crisp, his badge clipped to his belt. He looked straight at the officers. "Gentlemen, before you say a word, I suggest you hear why I'm here. This property is under review in an active investigation." Karen's face froze. "Investigation? Against who?" The attorney pulled out a folder, her HOA logo stamped all over it. "Against your board, and you, ma'am. I was just being briefed by the property owner when you decided to stage this stunt." Her son's smirk disappeared. "Mom, what's he talking about?" Karen tried to laugh it off. "This is a mistake. He's lying. He's just bitter because I enforce the rules around here." But the attorney didn't even blink. "Really? Then explain why your signature is on fraudulent fee collections, illegal fines, and," he tapped the folder, "and a foreclosure notice on a house that wasn't even in your jurisdiction." The officers exchanged a glance. One of them lowered his voice. "Ma'am, maybe you should stop talking." I leaned against my Harley, arms folded. "So, Karen, still want to call me a trespasser on my own land?" Her eyes darted between me, the attorney, and the cops. For the first time, she didn't look so sure of herself. Karen's confidence cracked, but she wasn't ready to fold. She shoved her son behind her and stepped closer to the officers, voice trembling but still loud. "This is harassment. He's turning you against me. I'm the president of this HOA. If you arrest me, this whole neighborhood falls apart." The older cop raised an eyebrow. "Lady, being HOA president doesn't make you above the law." The attorney crossed his arms, calm but cutting. "You've been extorting families, falsifying records, and now you've trespassed and attempted to steal property. That's not leadership, that's a crime." Her son suddenly spoke up, his voice breaking. "Mom, did you really do all that?" She snapped at him. "Shut up! Don't you dare take his side. This is all part of his act. He's just some biker pretending to be important." I smiled slowly, pulling a card from my wallet. I didn't hand it to the cops. I handed it straight to her. "Read it out loud." Her hand shook as she stared at the words. "Federal Consultant, State Attorney's Office." The attorney added, "He's not pretending. He's been working with me for months gathering proof of everything you've been doing." Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. Her son stepped back from her like she was contagious. The neighbors had started to gather on their lawns, whispering, filming with their phones. I leaned closer so only she could hear. "This isn't about my Harley. This is about everything you've stolen. And now, everyone's watching." Her face drained of color.
For the first time, Karen looked like the one trapped.
Karen's mask finally cracked. Her eyes darted around, searching for an escape as the neighbor's camera zoomed in. She tried one last desperate play, grabbing her son's arm and raising her voice. "He threatened my child! That's why I called you! Arrest him now before he hurts us!" The younger cop frowned. "Ma'am, we've got 3 witnesses who heard you demand his motorcycle. That doesn't sound like him threatening anyone." The attorney stepped forward, pulling his phone from his pocket. "And I have more than witnesses." He capped the screen and a video played, the exact moment Karen's son demanded my Harley, with Karen egging him on. My security cameras had caught it all. The crowd gasped. One neighbor muttered, "She's been lying to us for years." Another whispered, "That's where our HOA fees went." Karen froze, her son yanking his arm free. "Mom, you said we were untouchable. You told me everyone had to listen to you." The older cop's tone shifted from patient to sharp. "Ma'am, step away from the vehicle. You're under investigation and you need to come with us." She flailed, pointing at me, at the attorney, even at the neighbors. "This is a setup! You're all against me! I built this community!" I looked her straight in the eye and said the line that made the whole crowd fall silent. "No, Karen, you built a prison for everyone else, and now you're the one locked inside it." Her son backed away, shaking his head, while the officers moved in. Karen's reign was crumbling in front of the entire neighborhood, and it was only the beginning.